The most important thing to take away from Captain America the Winter Soldier is that Steve Rogers is not the oldest virgin in the world. Way to go, Steve! So one of the things that I loved about the first Captain America movie is the fact that even though it was a period piece, it was very obvious that the Second World War in that movie is not our Second World War. It is the Marvel movie universe's version of it. That feeling carried over into this movie, into Captain America the Winter Soldier, because you see this advertised as Captain America deals with modern United States and the modern world and how is he going to adapt. And even though that was a little bit in Avengers 2, this is not the real modern world. This is the Marvel movie universe. And as such, it is very in your face, very over the top, very sci-fi epic, very we like to blow shit up, especially towards the end. In the beginning, Steve Rogers is genuinely conflicted about his role in the world, about what S.H.I.E.L.D. is doing, about what the United States are doing. He really has issues with the fact that he's working for an organization led by Nick Fury that basically believes that if you arm yourself to the teeth, then everybody else in the world will fall in line and listen to you because they're scared of you. Kinda like a bully. So you see why Steve Rogers would have a problem with that. But as simplistically poignant as that may be to what is happening today in the world, it's pretty much where the contemporary relevancy of this movie ends. There is a point towards the middle of the movie where the story jumps the shark, and it reminds you that this is a superhero sci-fi epic, and as such, it cannot possibly let its lead character be morally conflicted about what he's doing when he's supposed to be kicking ass. But a little bit of emotional depth does carry over to the end, in the sense that you have this relationship between Captain America and Winter Soldier, and it gets at its most emotional point when there are also the biggest fucking explosions. But it was a really nice parallel. It leaves, at the end, it leaves you very drained and satisfied, I won't deny it. But this movie is a bit of a chore to get through because it is over 2 hours long. And I think it has slightly less rewatchability than the first one, because I just don't find it as charming and as quirky as the first one. But I will say that Winter Soldier does excel in comparison to the first Captain America movie in terms of acting and action. It really feels like Chris Evans is a lot more comfortable in his role as Captain America, and now there's nobody around to overshadow him. Anthony Mackie is just super excited about being in a superhero movie, super excited, like he loves it, he loves the suits, he loves everything that he's doing, even though he has the cheesiest lines of them all. Scarlett Johansson is kind of given the duty of comic relief, and I feel like a lot of people that are writing Marvel movies now are trying to emulate Joss Whedon's style. Not all the scriptwriters working for Marvel are at Whedon's level, and not everything that Scarlett Johansson says is hilarious. And I just wish that they wouldn't feel obligated to sacrifice naturalness and authenticity for the sake of humor, for the sake of a couple of one-liners that most of the times, for me in this movie, kind of fell flat. You have Sebastian Stan, who is Romanian, like me, and I will never stop to credit his talent to his nationality. Sebastian, sună-mă. In terms of action, there's so much gunfire, and there's so much like, I can see people being mowed down in the streets in the middle of an action scene because of all the erratic gunfire. I'm sure that Captain America himself killed a bunch of motherfuckers with bullets bouncing off his shield. All that being said, there's something very impressive and attractive about one man defeating an entire army of dudes with heavy artillery, one guy withstanding and succeeding against that amount of gunfire, one man bringing down ships and helicopters and helicarriers with nothing more but a shield. I don't think you see Captain America fire one single gun throughout the entire movie, but he uses that shield. Such a sexy shield. And it's the kind of thing that you want to see, because it proves that not only is this guy a serious badass, but he deserves to be in the Avengers. But again, this is not a high-class, intelligent espionage international thriller. The action is too in your face and too 80s for anybody to ever believe that these people are fucking spies. However, it shows you why Captain America is a badass, why he belongs on the Avengers, and the movie overall does a really good job of connecting shit to the past, showing how important it is in the present, and giving hints for the future. What happens in this movie is very important to the evolution of the Marvel Universe. But I will say that my least favorite thing about this movie is the ending, which in my opinion is too similar to the way that the first movie ended. And you know, it's the kind of ending that makes me want to tell Captain America, Steve Rogers, Stevie my boy, stop trying to kill yourself, asshole! Pew 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 pew.